Hello everyone, and welcome to the Intelligent Trucker. This is a place where real truck drivers provide usable, practical solutions to truckers of all kinds. I welcome you to part 1 in our 6-part series titled The Top 5 Real-Life Health Concerns for All Truckers. Part 1 examines the elephant in the room. We all know what the experts and the muckety-mucks are saying, but here's the real story of truck driver health and how it concerns you. But first, because this is our very first episode number 1, I want to let you know who we are and why we vlog. Why do you vlog, we ask? Well, we appreciate that you're on the road. You're very busy and doing the best you can with every hour of your day. As such, we're taking our written blog spot from theintelligenttrucker.com and adding it to the Intelligent Trucker YouTube page vlogs so that you can watch and or listen while you're resting or driving. But seriously, folks, please don't watch this if you're driving. Just a funny there. Also, since this is our launch vlog, I will give you a little bit of our background after I make this real quick plug. It's important for us to keep this free for all. So please, if you find any value in this vlog or just enjoy it, subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us so that we can keep giving out this information for free to everyone. Who is the Intelligent Trucker, you're asking yourself right now? Well, we're actually a couple. She is me, Lisa, a dedicated wife of an over-the-road truck driver for now a little bit over 15 years. Holy mackerel. A trucking company owner, a horse and dog trainer, a riding coach, life coach, and writer researcher. I have a background in psychology, sociology, physiology, and organizational philosophy. What a mouthful. He is John. John has over 4.5 million miles over the road. He is the true grit of the operation. He has the perspective you all seek. He is a truck driver, owner-operator, trucking company owner, and so much more. As a matter of fact, he started his first trucking company before he was even 23 years old. That's amazing. Now, I know the next question on your mind has to be about our credentials. What are we bringing to the table? What do we want? How are we going to do it? Why is the Intelligent Trucker different? Well, what I can tell you is we aren't going to give you sugarcoating. We aren't going to give you the BS wish list of all the medical and corporate professionals that keep trying to shove unrealistic objectives and answers down your throat. We are going to give you the facts. Just the facts, ma'am. We're going to give you insight from years of experience on the road. I'm going to give you insight from close family member perspective of an over-the-road driver. We're going to tell you the truth, even when it might sting. And we're going to give you a new perspective or approach to old habits and thoughts. Now you know the who and what. Let's move on to the why. So here is the why. After weeks and months of planning and researching, after I talked to drivers and John talked to drivers out on the road, after looking at all of the so-called solutions that are being presented and a lot of YouTube videos, I found a serious lack of reality out there for my drivers. I mean, it's nice that the bodybuilder trucker guy can give you advice on what to buy and eat, but that guy is not you, and he doesn't represent the majority of you. He does not face the same body struggles that you do. I mean, he may face similar challenges and choices, maybe, but it is not the same. Here is the real truth. 1 in 15 working people in the United States are in the trucking industry. Of those people, 7 million are truck drivers. The next graph I'm going to show you demonstrates the health of truck drivers compared to the general population of the United States and the negative impact these results have on truck drivers per every 100 people. Okay, drivers, I'm going to be honest with you here. I totally nerded out on this graph. This is like right up my alley, right up my nerdy alley. And boy, the research and everything that I did, this is all my stuff. But what was really important about this is looking at what is going on with you guys from a real perspective. So we're going to start with having a primary care doctor. Now, a primary care doctor is not your DOT physical lady that you see at the truck stop or at the special. John went to a hair salon and had his DOT physical done at a hair salon the last time. That was crazy. No, we're talking about the doctor that you go see at least once a year, preferably twice a year, to talk about actual things that are going on with you, who prescribes you medicine, and supposedly is going to help you be healthier, longer, live longer, feel better about it. So the general population of the United States, 30% of people report having a primary care doctor. When we go to truck drivers, only 7% of truck drivers have a primary care doctor. That's a negative 23% difference for truck drivers. Why does that matter to you? Who cares, you say? Well, it matters because it reflects in all the rest of these numbers. As a matter of fact, the life expectancy of the general population of the United States is 76 years old, but in truck drivers is only 61. That's terrible. That is a loss of 15 years of life, 15 years of living time. That means that truck drivers don't even, on average, reach the age of retirement. Now, why is this? Is it just because you don't have primary care physicians? No, of course not. There are lots of other factors. Two big factors are that while only 21% of the general population are smokers, truck drivers double that, nearly triple it, at 54%. And then only 21% of truck drivers report exercising on a regular basis, for even whatever that means. Is that twice a week, 3 times a week? We're not sure, but it's a regular basis. But 54% of the general population, more than double what truckers are doing, exercise on a regular basis. Some other issues that are actually direct health-related issues are being diagnosed as clinically obese. So for 26.7% of the general population, they're diagnosed as obese. 50%, almost double, 50% of truck drivers are clinically obese. 23% more than the general population. Hand in hand with obesity comes diabetes. And truck drivers are really up there in the numbers on that too. While only 10.5% of the general population are diagnosed with diabetes, 50% of all truck drivers are diagnosed with diabetes. Hypertension. This is a big one for everyone. The general population of the United States reports that only 8.3% of the entire population has been diagnosed with hypertension. But 87%, almost 10 times more of truck drivers, 87% of truck drivers have been diagnosed with hypertension and are supposed to be on some kind of medication to control it. For high blood pressure, I thought that number was going to be crazy too, but surprisingly, you guys are doing pretty great there. The general population, 47% have high blood pressure and only 56% of truck drivers have high blood pressure. So a 9% difference there. And then the big dog comes in, sleep apnea. The general population of the United States, only 6.6% of people have sleep apnea. But in truck drivers, a whopping 35% have sleep apnea and have to be on a machine. The thing about these health issues is they're cyclical and they all tie back into each other. Typically, once you have one, then you start having other complications as well, and these are some of the things that lead to a shortened life expectancy. Finally, it's time for the actual vlog. Part 1 is an overview of the series. The series is about overall trucker health. It encompasses an in-depth look at real truck driver health concerns. It looks at general health issues, immobility, real food options, relationships, and personal and truck hygiene. So let's get rolling and talk about this elephant in the room. Knowing what the experts say is great, but let's talk about the real stories of truck driver health. Like gears in a cog, it all rolls back on each other. Nobody has to tell you drivers that you're on the road 24/7. I know you get little rest in between lanes or trailer changes. Your 10-hour break isn't really restful. Your health is at risk now more than it ever has been. Between long hours and strenuous conditions, and then you're facing less and less parking in safe areas with usable amenities nearby, and let's be honest, usable amenities. In the USA, there's actually only one truck parking space for every 11 trucks that are out on the road. Follow that with the fact that you can find fewer fresh food options on the road, most of it's fast food, and you have easier and easier access to junk foods. Many times, it's your only option. And also, you have seemingly less actual care or concern from the powers that be, like your managers or brokers or dispatcher, the people who run you all the time. Traffic congestion is terrible too. These are the real factors that are coming to play against your health every day. Part 2 in our series covers the real impact of stress and some easy options for reducing that impact that stress has on you. Let's be honest, stress for truckers is not just the everyday worries that any human on the planet has, like bills or romance or diet or what restaurant do I go to tonight, etc. No, for truck drivers it seems that stressors are tenfold and magnified. Because of course you have those other things to think about, but now from four-wheelers that spend more time on their phones than watching the roads, to cameras that are monitoring every move you make, including just swatting a fly on your face, to dispatchers and brokers who don't seem to know even basic United States geography or don't have any time to mileage understanding or acumen, to ELDs that restrict how, when, and where you can operate, and the lack of seeming gratitude for the work that you do. I mean, seriously, no trucks allowed at Buc-ee's? What is up with that? How do they get their stuff? Oh, from a truck. The mental and emotional strain on each and every driver is immense. This second part of the series takes a serious look at the practical stress management tips and techniques that help you improve how you approach and live with these stressors that you cannot control. Because I didn't want to leave you all hanging without some kind of stress help before the next vlog, I wanted to let you know that if you can hear it, it can help you. Binaural beats, guided meditation, can actually help reduce the stress that you're feeling. All you have to do is put in your earbuds or just turn your phone on next to your head when you go to sleep. Go to sleep listening to the meditation, and it will help you feel less stressed for the next morning. I'd also like to put in a little plug here. If you are finding any value in this video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. The third part of our series addresses one of the biggest killers in the trucking lifestyle, the sedentary nature of trucking. While we all appreciate the gyms and truck stops, the reality is that most of us are just too tired, the gyms are just too dirty, or any number of other issues why these gyms are less than practical for most drivers. We all know that sitting for 12 to 14 hours a day is a killer to our heart, lungs, weight, and mobility. And let's be honest, you're sitting or laying for way more than that, probably up to 20 hours a day. So in this segment, we review issues caused by being too sedentary, and then we offer practical in-bunk solutions that can help you start to find that youthful motion you had, whether it was last week or 20 years ago. And yes, I did say in-bunk. You don't have to get out of your truck to do some of these mobility exercises. In part 4 of the series, we go over real food options at the truck stop and finding the best food and diet help. In this portion of the series, I review what's available, and I know, you already know what's available. You're in those truck stops in and out every day, multiple times a day sometimes. But you might be surprised at the easy eat this, not that options a little bit of planning can help you with. Honestly, I cooked that steak dinner pictured on the left for John and me in a Tovala oven while traveling. It is possible and easier than you think. As we dive through the fourth part of the series, we address the truth about eating on the road. There are no great options, and the decent options are severely limited and most of the time impractical. While there is no quick fix to real food options, there are many considerations and things that each and every truck driver can make. Regardless of local, regional, or OTR status, you can improve not only your ideal selections, but how you feel about the choices you're making. Together, we can create real and practical eating options that meet the time constrictions and limited options you actually have available to you. The fifth part of the series is possibly the one with the highest importance to healthy living as a human being, and sometimes the most neglected. It is our relationship status. So when we're talking about relationships, consider the health of your relationships. Relationships encompass a myriad of areas, but how we interact with people really drives our personal outlook on life and the strength of our mental health. And Lord knows, truck drivers need strong mental fortitude. Relationships can include parents, siblings, spouses, or significant others, your team member if you're a team driver, family or friends at home, your office or support team like your manager, dispatcher, or broker, people you are dating, or even just people that you chat or text with for companionship. This segment of the series reviews how these relationships help you be your best self, and then we give you ideas, tips, and tricks to help increase positive interactions that will create a greater sense of well-being for you while you are driving and encountering the regular stressors of trucking life. In the final segment, part 6, we cover personal hygiene, tips, tricks, and how it affects your sense of well-being, both while you're in the truck and when you get home from your trucking life. As we're closing out the series with real-life ideas to help you with your personal hygiene while trucking and while in truck stops, we understand that life on the road is hard, and finding clean, hygienic spaces is even more difficult. In this segment, we provide some in-truck hacks and easy-to-utilize truck stop thoughts and ideas to make your hygienic experience as refreshing as you would want it to be. Feeling clean helps you feel healthier and better about life. It also reduces the amount of stress you feel like you have to handle on a daily basis. Just think about how it feels when you go to have a haircut and they give you that great head massage and shampoo. These are the feelings we want to emulate for ourselves on a daily basis to help us feel less stressed and to deal with the new stresses that pop up with ease. We hope this series provides you with valuable insight into how truck drivers can maintain good health despite difficult working conditions, and your conditions are very difficult. Together, let's help make truck driver health a priority and follow through with some practical and applicable solutions that are reasonable, true to life, from the perspective of truckers, actionable, and results-oriented. Good health is something we all deserve, and we hope this series helps to increase your ability to help yourself regarding these top 5 health issues for truck drivers. I thank you very much for joining us on our journey towards better, real-life truck driver health. Take care of yourself out there. If you found value in this presentation, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. As a matter of fact, you can click right here to go to our channel now. Happy trucking out there from the Intelligent Trucker.